Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Progress with number 10 in the Checkmate in the opening series. I found another nice one for you. It is the Englund gambit, not a gambit that's played a lot at the top level. You wouldn't see many grandmasters play it, although the great Paul Keres once tried it. But it's played quite a bit in online chess, in blitz games on the internet. Let's have a look what this is about. d4 from white, and then the Englund gambit is to play e5. It's not a good gambit, but as I said, it's played quite a bit in blitz online. White should accept the gambit. Knight c6, attacking the pawn, and knight f3, defending that pawn. White is not giving up his extra pawn without a fight. Here knight ge7 is a variation. And then you can go to g6 to try and regain the pawn. But queen e7 is also a good move. Putting pressure on the e5 pawn, trying to win it back. If white really wants to keep the pawn, he should play queen d5. But that exposes the queen somewhat. He can also play bishop f4. Now, typical move in this gambit is then queen b4 check. It's check and you're attacking the bishop at the same time. But still it's okay to play knight c3 here. Because if black takes the bishop, takes the piece, then there is knight d5. You're attacking the queen and you are threatening knight takes c7, winning a rook. And the queen cannot go to a square where it defends c7. So for example, queen a4. Knight takes c7 check, king d8, knight takes a8, and this is good for white. But we are going a bit off topic. Queen b4 check with that double attack. The main move is to play the bishop back to d2, solving two problems in one go. Shielding the check and saving the bishop. But of course then black can take on b2. And now the main line is to play knight c3. Of course the rook was hanging in the corner, so you have to do something about that. Bishop b4, rook b1, kicking the queen, queen a3 and knight d5. That is the main line and white is better here. But, and now we get to the topic of this video, after queen takes b2, white might think, I can play the bishop c3. That also defends the rook and attacks the queen. Looks like a very good move, but it is a big blunder, and this is something you should know as white against this system. Now why is it a blunder? Because of the move bishop b4. Now this bishop is under a lot of pressure, attacked twice and only defended once. If you take on b4, then there is knight takes b4, and black has too many threats, threatening to take on c2 and threatening to take on a1, and there's nothing that white can do to get out of that. After bishop b4 you can still play queen d2, protecting the bishop. You might think, but then black takes, and if you take back with the knight, your rook is gone in the corner. But if you take back with the queen, and you might think everything is okay here, my queen is protected, my knight is protected, my rook is protected, but there is the checkmate in the opening. This game only lasted 8 moves because queen c1 is checkmate. So this is a good one to remember if you are a d4 player and you get the Englund gambit against you. Let's recap the main line again. d4, e5, that's the Englund gambit. d takes e5, knight c6, trying to recapture the pawn. Knight f3 defending that pawn. Queen e7. Putting a lot of pressure on that pawn. Then bishop f4 is the main move. Queen b4 check with the double attack. You can play knight c3, but bishop d2 is the main line. Then black takes on b2, and you should make sure you play knight c3 here, because if you play bishop c3, which looks really good at first glance, then you lose because of bishop b4. Queen d2 doesn't help because of bishop takes c3. Queen takes c3, and then you are checkmated. So don't fall in that trap in the Englund gambit. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to the Chess to Progress channel. Please leave a comment, and if you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media to teach others how to defend against the Englund gambit. You also may want to check out my Chess to Impress channel. The link is in the description box. This is Rick for Chess to Progress. Thank you for watching.